Voting process that we're about to go into. And of course, as we go into the voting process, you do know that the IEBC has issued out just some kind of guidelines and instructions on what is going to be happening on the day. Now, basically, what happens is on March the 4th, when you go out to vote, here's a couple of things you need to know. First of all, the polls open from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. and you will find various officials there, election officials and party and candidate agents, observers, and the media. You have to go to vote where you registered as a voter. So when you arrive at the polling station, an IEBC clerk will first confirm that you haven't yet voted by checking on your left small finger for any indelible ink or any mark of voting. And if you haven't, then just present your ID or your passport, the document that you used to register, to the clerk. They will then require you to put your finger on an electronic voter identification device. And once you're confirmed that your name is on the register of voters, the clerk will call your name out loudly, strike your name off of the register, and you'll proceed to the ballot allocation stage, where the clerks will issue you with ballot papers as follows: County Assembly Ward Representative and Governor, Member of National Assembly, County Woman Representative, Senator, and President. You go to the polling booth, you mark your ballot paper in secret, you can put a tick or a cross or a dot, and then you put those ballot papers in color-coded boxes, ballot boxes. The color coding coordinating with the slips that you get with each of the ballot papers that you get, and Bob's your uncle. You'll have voted. Now, the whole point about this conversation today is to figure out what the County Assembly Ward Representative, what the Member of the National Assembly does, what the County Woman Representative does, how this all comes together. And this is why we have woken dear Eric Latiff so early. Thank you so much for coming.
I'm awake, actually. Thank God.
Now, that's loud. Now, we were talking earlier about what do these people actually do?
What they do, let's break it down. Wherever you live,
yes.
Let's say you live in Buruburu, Moja, Donholm, South B, South C, Langata, Karen, come down Ngong Road, Kilimani, Kileleshwa, Lavington, go down Thika Road, wherever you live. Mm-hmm. If you ask yourself or any of your three friends, there's a probability that at least one of them will tell you. If you ask them for directions to their home, they'll tell you, come off Jogao Road, you get into Buru, and then there's a Karaf Road after the Coca-Cola kiosk or after the Safaricom billboard. You get into a dirt road on the left, 3 gates down to the right, the black one, that's where I live. There's a dirt road somewhere. There's a Karaf Road. Mm-hmm. We are so used to using this, it's become normal. There's a Karaf Road. Now the road is okay. I mean, what car are you driving? I'm driving a bit. It'll come. You'll get there. Number one. Yeah. Secondly, wherever you live, outside your gate, do you have security lights? Mm-hmm. Do the street lights work in your estate? Mm-hmm. Do the lights work in your estate? Many of the people will tell you, they don't work. There's one that works at the gate, at the main gate, at the entrance, and the others inside, no, we use our own lights, right? We pay 250, 300, or whatever in the service charge per month for garbage collection. Mm-hmm. And then this garbage, we take it out twice or once a week. And then there's this old rickety truck that comes to collect the garbage with some guys who not any dressed specifically for garbage collection. They come and pick it, throw it onto the truck. And by the time that truck is halfway on its way to Dandora Dam site, the trash is on the road.
That's true.
Yet we've paid for it, right?
Well, and we've paid for it twice, haven't we?
In fact, you've paid for it twice.
Because we've paid for it through the rates, and then we've paid for it through these private contractors. Exactly.
To the private contractor. Drainages. It's a norm. When it rains in Nairobi, in the CBD of Nairobi, it rains, it floods.
Yes.
It rains, it floods. It's constant. Wherever you live, there's a road there. It rains, it floods. You come to town, I keep telling guys, remember, when you see ladies, when it's rainy season, the ladies are carrying some paper bag. In that paper bag is an extra pair of shoes. Mm-hmm. Because she woke up, got out of her house, she wore this pair of shoes, waded through the mud, got into the bus stop, waited for the bus, got into the bus, came all the way, dropped off at Muthurwa, walked up to the office. Then when she gets to the office, she changes into the office.
Into the office pair of shoes. That's right.
All these things are an indication that there's something wrong somewhere. Something should be working. It's not working. And that's the responsibility of the council. Now in this new government, it's going to be the responsibility of the county government. The county government should make sure that they're fixing all these things that are not working. Stop telling me about Mwananchi wa Kawaida. You're the Mwananchi wa Kawaida I've just been talking to. All these things are affecting you. Everybody in Nairobi, we have said, has, and this is a statement of fact, I have no scientific proof of it, but I can tell you, everybody in Nairobi has eaten sewage skuma wiki at some point in their life.
Yeah, that would be a hard one to argue, actually. So now, what practical applications does this have? How do we move forward?
This is it. The person who is directly responsible for all these things is the county assembly rep. The ward rep, when they go and sit at the county assembly, they should be discussing how to improve the conditions of Nairobi. They're the ones who should be allocating the billions of shillings of budgets per year on important infrastructure for Nairobi. For example, we have a very good initiative called the Kilimani Project. The residents of Kilimani have come together and they're saying, wait a minute, there's so many houses and buildings that are coming up. Does our infrastructure support these new developments? What can we do about this? Now, the county rep for Kilimani should be able to go to the county assembly and say, how can we improve the infrastructure of my area so that the sewer system can accommodate this, the roads can accommodate this, the water pipes are big enough to actually supply water to all these new residents of Kilimani. These are the things that they should be talking about. How do we improve security in Kilimani? How do we improve the roads in Kilimani? How do we improve garbage collection in Kilimani?
Got it. Wow. Okay, that's pretty comprehensive.
So don't even think so much about the president as much as you should think about the county assembly rep and making sure that, number one, you know your ward. Number two, you know who is vying as county rep. See them, assess whether they actually understand their role, and then vote for that person who you think understands their role. And after they understand their role, because you know them and they know you, you need to keep them in check. Keep them coming back to you and telling them these are the issues that we have in our neighborhood. Because it's about neighborhoods.
Yes, well, it's about quality of living as well, and the standards of living.
Yeah.
When we come back, we find out how exactly you can find out who your ward representative is and who your, in fact, all of those representatives that we have spoken about outside of the big figures of the president, the senator, and the governor. Speaking with Eric Latiff this morning on 98.4 Capital FM, all about the electoral process and, most importantly, the decision makers who make a difference in your life. When we come back, I'll be reading a couple of the comments and the questions as well off of the SMS and Twitter. If you do have a question that you would like to pose or a contribution that you would like to make, 0720984984, 0734984984, Twitter 984 in the morning, or email breakfast@capitalfm.co.ke, and I will be reading out as many of those as I possibly can.